I really love the idea of a vision board. If you've never done one and you think it's woo-woo, give it a shot because it actually works. You need to envision that person you want to be. Welcome back to another episode of Self-Dom Beautiful Humans. Today is a solo episode. These are probably my favorite episodes to do because I can see all the questions you ask on the Instagram and I can see what topics you guys want me to talk about. And there were so many questions about my period. And I feel like we're all best friends now because you're straight into it asking me the nitty-gritty. So I will definitely get into that on today's episode. I thought I would start off with a little life update. I have started my Pilates instructorship course. I'm so excited. I've been doing Pilates for over a decade and I don't know, it feels really right to be learning it properly. I've just delved into all the anatomy. It is so hard. I have so much respect for all the Pilates teachers because every time I want to give up, I'm like, it's too hard. I think about all my friends who have done it and I'm like, you can do it. So I will have my qualification hopefully by the end of September. So stay tuned because I'm going to be hosting events and be teaching. I love the idea of teaching strength Pilates because I'm hybrid myself where I love doing strength training and Pilates. So I really want to mash them together and create a high intensity, full body burn for you all to do. So I'll be recording workouts, I'll be doing events. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for that. Journals. First of all, thank you so much for everyone who has purchased a journal. We are nearly sold out of the first order, which is just, I'm mind blown and I'm so happy and I'm so grateful knowing that you all are doing this incredible practice. Some of the messages I have received have warmed my entire soul, my entire being. So thank you so much for those who have shared your love for the journal and the changes that you're already seeing. Yeah, let's dive into the questions. This was the most questions I've ever had. I haven't really looked at them, so I'm going to kind of see which ones stand out at me and answer them. So I think I have to talk about getting my period back. There are so many questions here about it. How did you get your period back? What was your first period like? I was on a retreat with Bernie, who was on an episode a few weeks ago. And at the end of the retreat, I was at the Ballina airport and I went to the bathroom and I got my period. And I literally ran out of the bathroom at the airport. I got my period to the girls I was with. Like the whole airport was looking at me. So yeah, I was super excited. If you were to ask me, how did I get my period back? These are the things that worked for me. And of course, I don't know if it's what worked or if it's just coincidence, but this is what I was personally doing. I think first and foremost, I was in a very relaxed, stress-free zone in my life. I have just been in Europe. I was there for 2 weeks. I hardly trained. I was eating whatever I wanted, spending time with my family, sleeping in, like proper relaxation. Came home for a week and then went on a retreat. And I know that's super luxurious and super lucky. That is just how my schedule lined up. And I think that contributed massively to getting my cycle back. I was not high in cortisol. Another thing that I think helped me get my period back was eating a lot of meat. While I was away, we were in an area called Alba, and it's inland of Italy. And really, all they do is eat meat. So I was having a lot more meat than usual. And just over the last year, I've just consuming steak 3 times a week. And I'm very interested in incorporating more organs. I know it's a bit taboo here in Sydney. We don't talk about that much, but it's really getting a lot of traction for all the health benefits. So I want to keep going on this journey of introducing more meat and protein into my diet because I'm feeling such a difference in my overall health. Other things that I have been doing were weekly lymphatic massages. So great at balancing your hormones. I really, really prioritized it. So it's a good way to just relax and just be present. I also was on a strict supplement regime because coming off the pill depletes your zinc and your Bs. So I was making sure I was having Bs, zinc, collagen, probiotics, omega-3s. Those were like my main ones I was having, and I just was really strict with it. I've had supplements in the past, but I would never stick to it. This time around, I had it every single morning, and if I forgot, I would have it in the night. I wasn't so strict about when I would take it, and I really do feel like it has made the difference. Another thing I wanted to mention with getting my cycle back was the day before I left for the retreat, I did a breathwork session, and the breathwork session was with Eddie Nelson, who actually will be coming back on the podcast soon for a Thursday episode. I will get into that a bit later, but we did a breakthrough breathwork session focused on your feminine energy. And there was a lot of like hip rolling and just like being a little bit silly, shaking your body. And I'm not overreacting here. I felt a shift. I felt like a different person leaving that room. I felt a lot more soft. I felt like I was in my being. I wasn't rushing. Even Tom mentioned it to me. So I actually think the breath work really, really helped with getting my cycle back. So yeah, all in all, that's what's been working for me. The next question is, what do you do when you feel guilty not working out or eating less healthy, having alcohol, etc.? So food guilt is something that I think we all struggle with. And these are 3 tips that I use to manage food guilt. First one is mindfulness. I know I talk about mindfulness a lot, but if you eat with intention, it really helps get rid of the food guilt. There's so much more to your food than just the nutrients in your food. Are you sharing a meal with someone? Are you connecting with them? Is it bringing you joy? These are things that are, for me, healthy. And so even if I'm eating a pizza, let's say, that's not the healthiest, I am connecting, I'm enjoying it, I'm laughing, my taste buds are smiling. These are all really good things. So if I'm mindful about that and also only eat till 80% full, then that's okay with me. And I think it's really important to indulge, because then when you do have that pizza, you don't like stuff your face. You mindfully eat it. I think it's super, super important. When it comes to drinking, because I know this question touches on it, I was so strict at the beginning of the year. I did 6 months sober. I was like, I'm not drinking again. But it became a restriction and I wasn't living my life. And I think I put so much resentment on having 1 glass of wine when it's really not that big of a deal. And I feel like it's an amazing way to connect with people. This is my personal experience. I have decided to enjoy 1 to 2 glasses of wine a week because it's a way to connect with people. I freaking love wine. And yeah, I just think, why restrict yourself? So I think as well, again, with guilt, it's just rewiring your mindset, having it mindfully and not being like, oh my God, I had a drink. Oh my God, I had a pizza. I have to punish myself. That's the worst thing you can do. My 3rd tip with food guilt is gratitude. So one thing in the journal, which I do every single night, is I write, I will let go of. You need to let go of that guilt, because if you're someone who's had disordered eating, letting go of that guilt every day will rewire your brain to not feel guilty. And then it will reduce the stress about it, which is only good for you, because when you're highly stressed, you actually can't have the body and mindset that you want. Cortisol is toxic for the body. We actually have a cortisol epidemic at the moment. People are stressed out of their minds. So doing gratitude and just letting go of any food guilt and food anxiety is just such a great way to help. So I hope that answers your question. How do you know you found the one? I love this question. I could talk about relationships all the time. Let me know if you want me to do more episodes on relationship advice, because I've been through the ringer. So my first tip when it comes to knowing if you found the one is, a healthy relationship is a stable relationship. I feel like movies have made us feel like a relationship should be so passionate and crazy and it makes you love drunk, but that's not a healthy relationship. It's probably toxic. A healthy relationship is one that is just stable. And yes, of course, you have those romantic moments, but you need to take away the pressure that it's always going to be this crazy honeymoon phase, because I think that will be your own demise when it comes to finding the one. So remove expectations on how you think the relationship will be. My second is communication. If you can communicate with your partner, then maybe you found the one, because that is so important in a relationship. No relationship is perfect. You are going to argue, you are going to fight, but being able to communicate through it is key. Tom and I probably have a little tiff once a week, and we communicate it, we say how we feel, and we get through it. We don't let the little things build till one day it just crumbles on us. Even the small things, we just communicate and we deal with it, we feel it, and then we carry on. So communication is so important. The third way to know if you found the one is remove the pressure if you found the one. Because I feel like if you're putting pressure on this person, is he the one, then you're not being present with them. You're not enjoying the moment with them. I think you need to think, and that's why I love journaling so much. It gets you in the present and be like, does this person make me happy right now? Is this person kind to me? Is this person giving to me? Is this person loving to me? Let's not think so far ahead. I feel like, honestly, that can be the worst thing in a relationship if you stress too much about, are we going to be together in the future? Just enjoy every moment. Tomorrow is not a given. So, yeah, just being present. I think we need to remove the pressure of this person, the one. Just enjoy where you are right now. Tips for when you're feeling a bit unmotivated. Being unmotivated is so normal. And again, social media shows us everyone absolutely killing it all the time. We don't see their lows, but everyone has slumps. So my first tip would be just to feel it. Allow yourself to recognize that you're unmotivated. I really love that saying, to feel it. To heal it, you need to feel it. So just let yourself have a day of being unmotivated. It is okay. The next thing is you need to reconnect to your North Star, because if you're not following your North Star, it's easy to be unmotivated. Truly, now that I'm living in my passion, all I want to do all day is spread like a positive message to people, because that's my true north, and I want to do anything I can to reach one extra person to spread this good message. So you need to connect and find your why. That could be doing a vision board. That could be meditating. That could be doing gratitude. It could be having a good conversation. I think using tools to find your why is everything. I really love the idea of a vision board. If you've never done one and you think it's woo-woo, give it a shot, because it actually works. You need to envision that person you want to be, who you want to wake up to, and you stick it on your fridge. You could put pictures of the outfits they wear, the job they have, the food they eat, the friends they have, like everything. And it's up to you to make that your reality. You're the only one in control of it. And if you have that visually there, it's super, super motivating, and it can help when you have a slump. I also love putting like little quotes around it too, and read them out to yourself. Affirmations are powerful, but you need to believe it. Our body knows when we're lying to ourselves. So yeah, making your vision board with your quotes. I know it sounds woo-woo, but give it a shot, because it is powerful. My third one is move your body. If you're feeling like you're in a slump in your mind, just moving and getting some endorphin and serotonin into your body is incredible at just like energizing you. And when you're energized, it has a flow-on effect to everything else in your life. You might be more positive and attractive to someone in a cafe who wants to have a conversation with you about a job opportunity. Or your presence online might be one that's attracting the good energy. Movement is like my base. When I feel in a rut, just start walking. From a walk, I might turn into a jog. Then I might feel inspired to go to a Pilates class. It's not about killing yourself at the gym. It's just starting. And yeah, it's incredibly powerful at allowing you to find your true north, because you become more positive from all those happy hormones that come into your body from movement. I also think moving with someone is really great, and having good conversations and looking at the people around you. Do you have people in your life that you can have conversations with about finding your purpose, about finding your passion? I have so many friends that I've had to let go of because all we did was speak about other people, All I crave now is speaking about like worldly topics, where we're going to be, what's your inspiration. And if you don't have that, maybe join our walk club, maybe go to a Spanish night, maybe go to something by yourself and try connect to some new people. People around you is probably the biggest indicator of where you're going to go. So make sure that group is solid. What are you most proud of yourself with lately? This is such a cute and sweet question. Thank you for whoever wrote that. So I'm really proud of myself for the Self-Dom community. It hasn't even been a year yet. And honestly, if you said to me a year ago that I would be here now, I wouldn't really have believed it. I was so hesitant to start the podcast. Like, even just all the techie stuff about it, I was like, oh, I can't do it. And I look back at my first podcast where it's just me in front of a camera. I extract the audio. I added like an intro. It was shocking now when I look back on it. But I just started, and I'm so proud of myself for starting it and being consistent with it, because the consistency has allowed me to connect to an audience, and just feeling like I have a community of women who all want to be their best is so incredible and beyond my wildest dreams. And even I'm going to New York in October, and I'm organizing to do some podcasts there. It just feels so surreal to have the opportunity to reach out and have deep and meaningful conversations that I can share with you all. So I'm so proud of that. I think as well, the journal, just having something that I truly believe in and able to sell it, when my whole life, I've been a model and I'm selling other people's stuff. It's pretty exciting, like selling something I'm so proud of. So yeah, those are the two things I'm really proud of. And thank you for that question, because that made my day actually. The next question, hair health advice internally and externally. So I posted a reel on my Instagram and everyone's been loving it. My hair journey, it's been a journey. I'm so happy with my hair now. And when I first started modeling, I went super blonde, like proper blonde. And I'll actually put a photo on my Instagram if you're looking so you can see. And all my hair fell out because it was always under heat. Like literally half my hair, it all fell out. I remember one day in the shower just washing my hair and being like, oh my God, it's all coming out. What is going on? I also was not focused on my diet at that stage. I didn't eat meat. I wasn't taking supplements. My hair was in havoc. So I got hair extensions, full head of tapes for 2 years. And I thought in my head, my hair will grow with the tapes in because I'm not coloring it. I'm getting color through the tapes, but it just wasn't growing and it wasn't healthy. So I decided I'm going to stop dyeing it. I'm going to stop wearing hair extensions. I'm going to do it all naturally. And first of all, that was the best thing I ever did for my hair. Coloring it is the worst thing you can do. I know all the colorists say, oh no, it's fine if you look after it. I truly believe it's damaging. You're putting peroxide on your hair. That's just from my experience. So I think embrace your natural hair. My second tip is a little bit gross, but I think it works, is try not to wash your hair. If you don't need to wash your hair, like leave it. Embrace a sleek bun, like use that, put hair masks in it all the time as much as you can. If you're like me and you love an infrared sauna, wear a hair mask because the infrared sauna can be extremely drying for your hair. So embrace hair mask and do a sleek bun. I used to only wear my hair in a sleek bun because I always had a hair mask in and hair oils. It makes it the best, and also your hair is loving you for it. Supplements. As I mentioned before, I have all those supplements. Incredible. So my omega-3 supplement is actually from algae. I don't know if you know, but so omega-3 comes from when you have like a fish oil tablet, it comes from the fish, but the fish are actually eating algae. So instead of us detrimenting the sea life of the ocean, it's actually more environmentally sustainable to have the algae. So I'm having the Simca omega-3s. I love it. I feel like they're great for my hair and they don't have like a yucky aftertaste because it's algae. Zinc, collagen. I have the Beauty Chef collagen mixed with the Glow every morning, and I take my supplements with it. That motivates me to take my supplements because it tastes so good, but I also know I'm doing good stuff for my hair, skin, and nails. I also love the Vita Glow no flavor collagen. I put it in my matcha. So I honestly have so much collagen. I think it's really, really helped my hair. When it comes to topically, as I've said, Hair masks are incredible. I really love the Virtue products. They work with my hair super duper well. And yeah, just like leave-in oils, anything you can leave in. Yeah, that's my hair tips. And truly, it does come from within. If you're having a good diet, you're eating meat, like the iron in the meat is just so good for your skin, hair, and nails. I can't believe how long I didn't incorporate it. My nails and my hair and my skin were not nearly as nice as it is now. And I really believe it's a testament to the nutrient dense meat that I consume 3 times a week. Tips on how to start a health and wellness account. My biggest tip is honestly just start. I think the biggest limiting belief we have is that it already exists. I've told myself this story my entire life, and it's probably the reason I never did anything. Why would I start a podcast? It already exists. Why would I start a journal? Already exists. Now I've done it. I'm like, oh my God, it's the most rewarding, satisfying thing I've ever done. So you can't be looking at what everyone else is doing and being like it already exists because no one is you. So yes, firstly, start. Know your why. Know your why. What is your why? So my why is to inspire others to live a healthy and fulfilling life. That is my motto. That is what I do. Everything I do is for that why. So if you want to start an account, you know your why and you create content that matches your why. And my third tip for just building the account is go to events, meet other wellness influencers and connect, collaborate on reels. I found for self-dom, the best way to grow it was collaborating on the reels with the other health experts because then their audience sees what you're doing and it also benefits them too. I think as well, there's enough success for everyone. So if the people aren't going to collaborate and share with you because they're nervous of giving you their audience, then that's on them. Don't let you think yourself. Don't let it be on you. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck with it. It's so rewarding and you should definitely start. I think as well, knowing if it comes from a passion that you love it, then if you just get followers, it's an additional bonus. But if you just love creating wellness content, just put it out there. You never know what opportunities lying around the corner. Favorite spots to eat and drink in Sydney? I love this question because I love food and I love going out for food. So I am going to say 5 spots that I love. I'm going to start with Chocho San. Unreal. It's like Asian fusion, but it's also a vibe in there. You have cocktails. I'm someone who loves to go out, have like my one drink and come home. And I feel like there you get the energy that you're out. It's so much fun. My second is Americo. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Americo. Best steak ever. It is so good. It's also so beautiful in a restaurant. It's such a nice layout. And if you want to get cute photos, it's super cute inside. The shop in Bondi is my regular. I always go. I get the chop salad. And also the meatballs are unbelievable. It's just super low key. The kitchen's tiny. They do it all out of there. And they are like family to me at that spot. My fourth spot is Bistecca. It is a steak house that is, I think it's like a 60-day wait and you have to open it, the reservation portal 60 days before and like book that day because otherwise it's impossible to get in. Tom booked it for Valentine's this year and he literally had an alarm on to be able to do it and we could only get 3 p.m. I don't know how booked out so fast, but it's so good. What I love about Bistecca is they take your phone away. They put it in a drawer and lock it. And then you get the key on the table. So you have the best conversations because there's no distraction. And Bistecca is steak in Italian. I think they just do T-bones. They just do steak and sides. But unbelievable. Highly recommend. Any of you girls have boyfriends, like hint to them that they should book it for a date night because it is the most special spot for a date. My fifth spot is Alberto's Lounge. My best friend Morale took me there for my birthday. They do gluten-free pasta. It's such a fun energy in there. I really love restaurants that you can't see it's a restaurant from the outside because it just makes it feel like you're in on it when you go inside and it's heaving. So yeah, Alberto's Lounge is definitely a must in Sydney. Nighttime routine, rituals that improve the quality of your sleep. I wish I had Tom right next to me because he laughs at me every single night when I go to bed. I am the nighttime routine queen. I have a really rigid nighttime routine. So at our house, we have like the warm lighting at night, so we don't have blue light. We eat dinner quite early. So for me, my nighttime routine starts at dinner. I have high protein. I often opt for low carbs at night. I don't like to go to bed feeling heavy. So I'll eat dinner at about 5:36 when I can. Obviously, this is like the perfect night. Not every night is like this. Tonight I've got an event. I'm not probably going to eat out. I'm not going to, get my perfect sleep routine. But let's say 80% of the time, this is what I do. 5:36, I have my dinner. I always have a sleepy tea with a dark chocolate. So I love Pico chocolate or Loco Loves. And then I'm having a sleep tea from T2 at the moment, which I'm enjoying. Then we don't really ever watch TV. Like, it's a treat for us. And I will always read. I find reading is so good for your parasympathetic nervous system. It just calms you down. Like, you can't be on your phone when you read. And I think that's a big bonus to it. So I read and then I get into bed and I put my Omnilux mask on and do my red light therapy, which I also feel like just helps me sleep. I then put earplugs in because I hate noise, and I put my blue light blockers while I do my journaling in bed, and then I go to sleep. And it's so funny because I went to the dentist yesterday and he's like, I think you need a mouth guard. And I was like, I cannot add anything else to the sleep routine. Like, I look so bad before bed. I also have all my skincare on. But yeah, I'm really rigid with the sleep routine, but it has changed my life. Having good sleep changed my life. As I've spoken about, I was an insomniac for so many years. So to now be able to fall asleep, even though I have to do this full routine, it's worth it. And I do it with me no matter where I am, no matter what time it is. I will always do that routine. It also just means I wake up early in the morning refreshed, and then my morning routine is good. So yeah, if I were you, I'd take a few little bits at a time. Don't get super overwhelmed, but blue light blockers are amazing. Dim lights, incredible. Use candles and reading. Really, really try limit the blue light at night. Like, your phone and the TV are the worst. Worst, 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 worst. I really feel the difference. If I've been on my phone just before bed, my sleep is highly disturbed. Can you recommend any books about health, wellness, period, etc.? Love you, Dom. Thank you. Appreciate your support. I'm actually reading In the Flow by Alyssa Vitti, and this book's been quite transformational for me because for a long time I was on the birth control and that was flatlining me. So I didn't really have highs or lows. I knew when my period was coming. And in a sense, it allowed me to be very productive because I was very controlled. Reading this book has gotten me back into my feminine energy. It's allowed me to realize how powerful that is. So this book talks about cycle syncing. So you eat different food and you train in different ways depending on where you are in your cycle. And yeah, it's been really informative for me. I've really enjoyed reading it. And I now take the pressure off if I need a rest day because I know on my ovulation phase, I might have more energy to do those hectic workouts and, do a lot of podcasts and meet those deadlines. But I'm just more gentle on myself, to be honest. I feel more in my feminine. So if you haven't read that book, I really, really recommend it. I also use Flow app, which is her app, to track my cycle. The book I'm loving at the moment is Ikigai. It's all about longevity, and a big thing that comes with it is connection and purpose. So I know one of the questions before was about food guilt and things like that. Above all else, above nutrition, above exercise is your ability to connect with other people. And if that means having a wine or sharing a more indulgent meal than you're used to, it's worth it because you're connecting and you're building those special relationships. I really, really recommend Ikigai. It's a small book, but it's a great book. And yeah, those two are my favorite at the moment. Okay, so the final question, because we're running out of time here, is what is your morning routine? So I really believe that every day is different and to not put so much pressure on your routine because that takes away the joy of it. So for me at the moment, I start my morning with meditation. I meditate for 20 minutes on the couch pretty much as soon as I wake up. It's my favorite thing. I find I'm more creative in that space. It grounds me and it stops me from going on my phone straight away Because if I go on my phone as soon as I wake up, my cortisol goes through the roof. I literally feel anxious for the entire day. So I do my meditation. Then I do my gratitude journaling, which literally takes 3 minutes. I read the quote at the top of the page and write down my thoughts. Doing these two together before I check my phone just puts me in such a good place. And you know what I've really noticed? I'm less like resistant and I'm able to cope when things don't go the right way. When I don't meditate and journal in the morning, I am irritable. I am so irritable. So those two things are so crucial. I then will walk Crumble. It's probably my favorite part of the day because he's such a ball of joy. And by walking him, I can't go on my phone, which is just such a hack because it just gets you to be present without even trying. And then I'll have my matcha, which I'm obsessed with. I love coconut milk right now. I don't know what's going on, but it is the best milk in a hot matcha. It's heaven. So if you haven't tried a coconut milk matcha, I highly recommend it with a little bit of honey. It's perfection. But yeah, that's what my morning looks like right now. But again, it changes all the time. Sometimes if I'm feeling good, I'll go do a hard workout. If I'm feeling sluggish, maybe I'll just have a sauna. So I really just see how I feel. But my non-negotiables are journaling, meditation, movement, and matcha. Thank you guys so much for your questions. Sorry if I didn't get to it. Definitely write it next time I do a solo episode and hopefully I'll get to it. Again, I'm just so thankful for all the support with the journal and the podcast. It really means the world to me. And when you share this on your story, it lights up my whole day. So yeah, I really don't take it for granted. I'm so grateful for everyone's support. And yeah, make sure you're subscribing too, because that really helps me grow. I have such ambitions for the podcast. And yeah, I'll see you on the next episode.